back. The Tri-State Sports Guys, top of the Cable Ready Studios. We got Neil Lynch in studio. Fantastic guest here. We're going to get into Tony's segment. Tony, take it away.
Let's go. A little say what action here. So this is going to go back to that awful call in that Giant game. This is Roger Goodell on getting full-time officials. Consistency is exactly what every club wants, and I think every fan wants. You want consistency in the way the rules are applied. We are contemplating this offseason taking some of those officials from the field who are now part-time. They have other jobs and making them full-time employees. You think they need to do that?
I don't know why they don't do it. It can't be a money thing. They guys make the NFL makes so much money. I don't know though necessarily that it'll help. And what are these guys going to do?
Yeah,
I mean,
send them to ref school.
How much are you going to sit there and watch film? I mean, You're missing these calls. It's like,
how do you think that's even possible that they missed that call?
Which one?
The fumble.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
I don't know. I don't know. How did that guy overturn it on the field? Because if it was a call to fumble on the field, then they wouldn't have overturned it to be
no chance.
But then he overturns it, and then you look at it every which way, you could see the ball come out,
and then he did it wrong again. It's like
it's amazing. And then the roughing the passer was an absolute joke. I mean, an absolute joke. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Should they make them full time? I think they should, but I don't know that it's going to really. I think they should just because it makes no sense that these people are part time. They got the money. Just give them a couple $100,000 more, and they'd be done with it.
Like I said, unless they're going to send them to ref school and they're going to be schooled on the rules and maybe sit down and have some sort of roundtable discussion on some of these rules that are a little too interpretational, in my opinion. I don't think it really is going to matter because it's a half a year schedule. I mean,
what are you going to do? I don't know. What are they going to be doing? I don't think that's a question of the rules. Where the guys knee down.
They know the rules at this point. They know the rules.
Did the guy hit him in the head or he didn't hit him in the head? Yeah. They're just missing calls. I don't know.
I think the games would just become too fast for these guys.
That's another thing I was going to say.
These guys are just so good.
Younger refs and
maybe.
I think they gotta have the fear of getting fired. I think these guys gotta get canned. If you make these kind of calls. I don't know if they got some sort of union. They probably do because they never have to answer to their calls.
Yeah,
so I'm sure they have some sort of labor agreement where they don't have to answer. They should be sitting there getting a press conference. How is it possible that you blew that call? You know what I'm saying? They should have to do that too. But I don't know. I think they'd be a lot more accountable if they had to do that.
Yep.
I think they need to clone Ed Hockley.
That's it. And his arms.
He's jacked.
Yeah.
He is jacked.
He's pretty ripped. All right. What about the Yankees having $1 to $2 million to sign a DH? Who do they go after?
Well. Listen, the fact that they say they have $1 to $2 million is kind of a joke. But I think that it's kind of working out the way the Yankees almost want. I think that they want to give Alex Rodriguez 40 games at DH. I think they want to give, maybe Jeter 25 to 30.
Yeah,
I think they want it. So I don't know that they want a real full time. I don't think they want to go out and get. I mean, O thinks they're going to get Carlos Pena. I don't think they really want to get Carlos Pena. First of all, Carlos Pena's a fantastic first baseman. It's almost a waste to have him. And I don't, a guy that strikes out as much as him and has such a low average, he'll hit a lot of home runs there. I don't know that that's what they need is another home run guy. I don't know how he helps them in the playoffs. But I honestly think that they'll have Eduardo Nunez kind of filling in around. I don't know that they go out and sign a big time DH. I don't know. What do you think?
I was doing some research today on some of the Yankee trades and signings that's coming up later on in the show, and I heard that they're looking to take a look at Matsui and or Damon for that last slot. It's, familiarity. They both have played in New York. Both clutch hitters. Both lefties. Both guys that would mesh well.
I could see Matsui because he'll take a lesser role. I don't know that Johnny Damon would be happy knowing that he's not going to be playing every day because he's closing in on 3,000.
Play a little outfield too.
I don't know.
The Swisher's going to get some time off.
I don't know. I think he thought he kind of got burned, even though he kind of came out looking like an idiot when he had his big contract problem. I don't know that he wants to come back to New York. He looked like a complete idiot when he left. And he's closing on 3,000 hits. He wants to find a place, even if it's Royals or something, where he can go get his 150 games, get to 3,000 hits, and try to make his case why he's a Hall of Famer. I don't know. I could see Matsui because he'll be cheap, and he can play him 100 games, and he won't care.
But why would Damon? Obviously, he's exploring things with the Yankees. It doesn't look like he's going to sign back in Tampa. I mean, he's kind of from there. He lives there. Why would he? Where else is he going to go? Who else wants him?
I don't know. I don't
think anyone else wants him. That's why, and I think he's a little younger, a little more athletic than Matsui. I think that makes more sense for the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would be better. He's definitely a better offensive player than Matsui at this point in his career. I mean,
more home runs last year than Matsui.
Yeah, he had 16 home runs. I think he batted like 280 or something.
260, and Matsui had like 12 home runs and batted like 250.
Yeah, I mean, granted he's playing out in Oakland, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just to me, I don't see it. I think it might be better. I just don't see Damon coming back to New York after the way he left. I don't know. What do you got, Tone?
How about this? Kobe Bryant on. This is basically just about other guys that are like him in the NBA. Listen to
Like
this.
nobody.
This is unbelievable. The game just gets easier with Chris Paul. He's a dog. He's gonna fight to win, and not too many teams can deal with him. Chris Paul is really the only other guy in the league, other than Derrick Rose, who also has that competitive edge. Now, does that sound like? I mean, he left at least 3 or 4 big names off of that list.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what do you think about that?
He clearly left both the guys from the Heat off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he left Dwight Howard off.
Melo.
He clearly, yeah, right. Durant. Kevin Durant's the best, for me, the best
Bring
player
back
in
the
the
Sonics.
NBA. Yeah, I mean, that's clearly he's throwing something like that out there. It's a weird statement to make. Like, why would you compliment the guy in your own town? But yeah, I mean, it's clearly a dig at some of those other guys. This is how, and he's a smart guy. He does things like that to kind of poke at people.
How about
Lakers stink now anyway. Shut up, Kobe.
He's been playing phenomenally.
He'll
though.
score 40 a game, and they still stink.
Yeah.
They're old. They're terrible.
I don't know about that.
How about Hugh Jackson interviewed for the Rams offensive coordinator position?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Over the weekend, it was announced Schottenheimer was their offensive coordinator, and we're like, oh, yeah. And then it was like they kind of took that back. They were like, well, we didn't really get it. We offered him the job, and he's going to accept it. And then he gets offered the job, and then there's somebody else got offered the offensive coordinator. They basically offered everybody who's ever been an offensive coordinator in the NFL this job. So I don't know. I mean, we talked about Hugh last week, and I thought he got a bad deal in Oakland.
Yeah.
I know Oath thinks he stinks or whatever, but Mike T's
T's.
shaking his head. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do out there. I don't know what they're doing for us, offensive coordinator there. I don't know.
How
What do
about? Go ahead.
Yeah. I think to me it just shows how much power Jeff Fisher's going to have over the program. I don't think it really matters who they hire because he's
Yeah,
going to be
he's
putting
their
people
guy,
in the play.
yeah.
It's someone that he can. The guy that's going to get along with Jeff the best probably.
Yeah, that's right. They're all going to
come.
come around. They have coffee with him, and okay, this is my guy.
Oh yeah,
Comb his mullet.
you know,
Yeah.
dude, his mullet looked outrageous in that press
Unbelievable.
conference.
You would think you have a year off.
Yeah, his haircut.
You're walking around the general population of America. I can understand if you're a coach for a long time. You're kind of like isolated. You might think that was cool, but now you're like out and about at the mall and stuff. Like, how come nobody has his haircut anymore? He didn't care. He's
Oh
got
my
it.
god! Do you think maybe that's why Miami? It was reported that he was, flirting with Miami real hard. Maybe they're like, bro, the mullet's got to go.
Yeah, we were in
If it
South Beach,
doesn't,
dude.
Cannot walk
Yeah.
around with that.
Come on
like,
now,
no
we got to
dice.
put people in the stands here. Your
Well,
mullet.
Ron put the kibosh on that. We're
Yeah,
gonna have
right.
this guy in my neighborhood.
How about this? This was interesting. It's not really a quote, but it's Todd Haley. He believed. Did you see anything about this? About the facility, Chiefs facility? He believed that the entire Chiefs facility,
they had-
including his cell phone and all multiple rooms in the place, were bugged so that the management and the owners could spy on the conversations of the employees.
What?
I saw the headline. I didn't even open it.
I read it.
I didn't even hear
opened
about
something
Yeah, I
like
saw
that.
it. They said it was bugged, and he wasn't the only guy. So it was like a couple people feel like that's how it went down. I come on, I can't believe that's true, right? I don't know.
It was just one of those things.
Oh man, some of these owners are
I guess,
wacky,
but that's
man.
bizarre to think that that's true. But
That dude's unstable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Screws
Haley? Yeah,
loose.
he's wild.
yeah. He's a weird dude.
I don't know, man. That's interesting.
It's an interesting theory, Todd. Maybe I don't know.
How about Rob Lowe just a little while ago, tweeting that Eli Manning Peyton Manning is retiring today.
I saw other people retweeting that tonight.
Yeah,
What
it was
the hell is
ridiculous.
that?
Now, if it is true that Rob Lowe breaks this story,
Who is that? Rob Lowe.
he's an actor. He's like, you're young, you don't know who Rob Lowe is. Rob Lowe's a pretty famous actor.
Really?
Wayne's
Who's he
World?
in?
He was in Austin Powers.
Tommy Boy.
He played,
Tommy Boy, yeah.
he was in The West Wing.
What did he play in
He was
Tommy
one of the
Boy?
He's in
He's
Parks and Rec right now. Parks and Recreation.
He was this
He's the
brother-in-law in Tommy
brother-in-law
Boy.
in Tommy Boy.
Like,
He was
the
the
main
guy-
one of the main characters in Tommy Boy.
Guys,
He did.
He's the
Chow
brother-in-law
tipping-
being really
he's chow
married to
tipping
the
with him?
girl.
He's
Very
a
handsome
good-looking dude. Yeah.
All right.
This is way better than the. You don't know who Rob Lowe is. This guy's like one of the most famous actors in the last 30 years. He's a pretty big time actor.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
You gotta IMDb him.
IMDb him at the
check
break.
him
I have it
out.
on my phone.
Check him out. He's,
I'm sure once I see his face, I'll
You're
know
gonna
who
know
he is.
Rob
I know
Lowe.
Tommy
Yeah,
Boy.
Yeah, you're gonna know. He's been in a lot of stuff. But if he breaks this story, because even they had asked Archie Manning, and they, what do you think about this? And he was like, I think I would have heard of this. I think I might have caught wind of it. If Rob Lowe is tweeting that, It's pretty fantastic.
I want to know his sources.
He's really good friends with the owner.
With Ursay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Or the owner or manager or whatever, you know.
Not anymore.
There's pictures of them all over the internet, them too, with the guy's kids and all that.
Even Ursay, you think Ursay? I mean, I think Peyton Manning is too smart to flip his cards over on the table this early.
Yeah, with his
that
28
bonus coming up in March.
Yeah, it'd be dumb.
He's too bright.
I think he's
do
gonna
that.
do like a Brett Favre maneuver and just retire a couple times and
and then
bounce
show
around.
that he could turn his neck like
and then take a
3
couple
degrees.
pictures.
I think he'll end up.
Yeah.
I think he'll end up just getting released because they're not going to want to pay him
Yeah,
that
he
money.
released. Yeah,
And then he'll go sign a big contract with the Redskins, play 3 games, and he'll be done.
And be done. Yeah. Yeah.
And he'll be in the booth, and we'll love it.
Yeah, he'll be good in the
He'll be great in the
up
booth.
top.
I can't wait for that.
How about Tiki Barber on his comeback? No, I'm not trying to come back. It was an excuse for me to get up off the couch and do something, and it worked because now I'm engaged in a few different things, and I really feel strongly about. Now, there's also a report that Coughlin, he keeps trying to get a meeting with Coughlin because they ended on they just don't like each other, I guess. And he says this is his problem with Coughlin. He says I took pride in what I did. I knew there were 52 other guys counting on me every week. One issue I've had with Tom is that he never respected that. He always tried to vilify me.
Look, Tiki Barber.
Good
The
God.
fact that this guy still gets his name out there now, you as a Giants fan, what do you thought? I mean, I thought
We
it was
boo
a joke.
him.
Yeah, of course you
He
have
comes
to.
in the stadium, we boo
Just
him.
boo him right away.
Just boo him right away.
What a jerk!
He's such
The
a
fact
jerk.
that he thought he could come back and people were going to be clamoring over
Yeah.
old ass Tiki
I
Barber.
thought somebody,
35-year-old
I honestly
running
thought
back.
somebody would give him, throw him a shot, throw him a bone.
There's
No?
a million fast running.
He had
backs out
too
there.
much. He had too much. He left behind too much bad blood.
Yeah.
He had too many players who had the dirt on him and
Yeah.
telling it to everyone, don't
Yeah.
take this guy on. He's a cancer to the
He's a
locker.
cancer team, and he's not going to be out there running for 1,200 yards anymore. He's 36 years old and hasn't played in 5 years. You know what I'm
Second
saying?
back,
Like,
yeah.
there's a million running backs that play Division One that'll be ready to do what you're going to do
Yeah,
for
kids.
nothing. Kids, and they'll bust their ass and aren't going to be doing what you're doing.
And won't backstab and
Yeah, exactly.
cheat
He's
on
not
your
worth the
wife
headache.
when
Yeah.
she's pregnant. And
Yeah, right.
The best thing about
It's a pretty
Tiki
bad
Barber,
thing to do when your wife's 8 months pregnant with
Yeah,
twins.
that
and
is
just
pretty-
like, yeah, he left her. He didn't just cheat on her. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Deal with it. You got the kids, right? I'm good.
And then I'm costing him a lot of money in the
Yeah,
end too.
should've.
Moron.
Yeah, should have exactly.
Should have. It's a horrible person.
Best thing about Tiki Barber is that he's part of his brother Rondé, who was a pretty phenomenal corner for
Yeah.
a while in the league.
Ronde's
He's
a baller, yeah.
So I guess Tiki's the bad twin in this
Yeah,
situation.
evil
and Ronnie's the
twin.
good twin.
I think so.
Ronde's a great family man.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got,
How
Tom?
about last one? Tim Tebow going into camp next year as a starter. What do you think? He deserves it?
Dude, I called it on my top 10 bold predictions. Tim Tebow's going to start all 16 games next year.
Oh.
Lock it up. Lock it up, dude.
That's bold.
I locked it up. I locked it up on co-ed. Locked it up all across the board.
There's a rumor that he's going to be in the booth.
yeah,
The AFC Championship.
yeah, I heard that too. They offered it to him.
He declined.
Oh, he did?
declined it,
Thank
yeah.
God.
He declined. it.
I mean,
Thank God.
Well, because they only put him in. They don't want to put him in there because they know they're going to get ratings from people that don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
like football.
yeah, right.
Just to
'Cause the
look
ratings,
at him.
You're right. The ratings and every time he plays go through the roof.
Well, I had a drinking game lined up. I had an over/under on biblical references.
oh my goodness, it'd be,
Would have been
it'd be
classic.
fantastic.
Cheesy smiles.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's all I got.
But yeah,
Tone, that's a good one. We got to get. Can we get a picture of Rob Lowe up on the screen?
I'm going to look it up here at the
He's
break.
the one that asked me to eat paint chips.
What?
Yeah,
As
he
a
goes,
kid.
"You eat
was
paint
gonna
chips
ask
as a
me to eat
kid?"
lot of paint chips as a kid.
Is he like one of the kind of villains?
Yeah.
is the
Yeah,
villain.
he was-
Okay,
he's
so then I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
he's a good dude.
But you made it sound like he wasn't a villain because he was. I
He
don't
was the
know.
brother-in-law.
He was the brother-in-law.
Well,
I
not
know
brother-in-law.
that
We're saying
now.
it wasn't. It's your stepbrother. We're just saying it wrong.
Yes, I'm sorry, Steph.
Right? Because their parents
It
were.
would have been her. Yeah,
But they weren't
yeah.
ever anyway because it wasn't as
Yeah.
really as mine.
Right.
When we come back,
Okay.
we're going to get into the top 10.
Oh,
It's going to be a
I got
good top 10. I'm really excited about this one. We're the Tri-State Sports guys. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Rob Lowe.